Let's do it. And you know where we're going to begin. We waited 7 months for this reunion in OKC, and Kevin Durant rose to the occasion, scoring 34 points, being booed along the way. What does Durant's performance in OKC say about him, Stephen A.?
Well, listen, I think that what you have is a situation. He showed up in OKC. That was obviously going to be hostile confines. Everybody was going to be gunning for him, rooting against him. But yet and still, he still dropped 34 points. And the Warriors won in relatively lopsided fashion. They were in control of the game midway from the first quarter on. And Oklahoma City simply were no match. The Thunder, they were no match for the Warriors. It was just that simple. But I think what it says to me when I watched him perform under such duress, it elevated my level of confidence that when the moment arises in a championship contest, even if it is against LeBron James, I just get the impression that he's going to answer the bell. He will have to in order for him to justify jumping on a gravy train, per se, and joining the Golden State Warriors. But when I saw the hostile confines, Max, and I saw the boos, which just descended upon him, and they were relentless. Some of the things that his mother pointed out that she had to hear was inexcusable. It was unacceptable. Max, I was even standing next to a guy, some ignorant fan that sat up there and literally said out of his mouth, yeah, he's still giving kids money and being charitable. Who gives a bleep? He left us. This is what he was saying. And that was just some of the kind of things that were thrown in his direction while family members, including his mother, was around. It was very, very unfortunate to see all of that and to hear all of that. But for Kevin Durant still to maintain his cool and go out there and perform the way that he did and to hit that long three over Russell Westbrook as a dagger after Russell Westbrook was getting in his mug, talking smack, talking about I'm coming. To me, that elevated my level of confidence that I can expect to see that Kevin Durant come NBA Finals time. That's what I got from it.
You were there, Stephen A., so you tell me how you feel about this. But to me, it seemed that he went into a hostile environment and was unflappable. It seemed to me like he had truly moved on, like he didn't care. He was just hitting shots. And many people have made this, used this metaphor, but it's like a relationship. He's with, OKC is his ex, Russell Westbrook is his ex, and he's very happy in his new relationship. He's not thinking about them anymore. This is why he left OKC, even though they were, it seemed, on the precipice of maybe making a finals, maybe winning a finals. Had a few things gone very slightly differently, maybe that would have been last year. So why did he leave them in the lurch? Because, as I've been saying all along, he saw a team where he doesn't have to carry the whole thing, where it's not about whose ego is biggest in the biggest moment and who takes the last shot, where the guy who takes the shot is the open man, whether that's him or Steph or Clay or even Draymond or someone like that. The open man's going to take the last shot if it comes down to that, or any shot. He seemed very happy in that situation, totally unflappable, and as though he moved on. You were there. Was that the impression you got?
Well, listen, I got the impression to some degree, but I'm looking at it a little bit different than you. For example, you brought up the open man takes the shot. Well, Max, he wasn't open when he took that last shot over Russell Westbrook. I mean, the deal was sealed anyway. But when he wasn't open at that, it was a mismatch, but he wasn't open. But here's the deal. The point is that he appeared willing to take it on his shoulders. Yeah, they were distributing the basketball. Clay had 26. Steph Curry had 26. We knew they were going to do their thing, and the Warriors showed up to support him, which is something that we'll get into a little bit later. But what I appealed from it more than anything else was the fact that Kevin Durant, despite the supporting cast, despite knowing that it could easily be a lopsided contest, he was willing to close the deal. He was willing to be that guy that was going to say, I'm going to be the one to stick the dagger in you. And then talking to Draymond Green after the game, before he got interviewed and said it on a record to Steve Levy, he came over to me and was talking about me. Listen, man, you don't talk smack to KD. He said, I'm telling you right now, he said, that's the thing y'all don't talk enough about. He said he's a mild-mannered guy. He's a very nice guy. But when you talk smack to him, you get him riled up, and then he's going to come for you. And that's what I saw. As the game was unfolding, even though they were in control, the more Oklahoma City, whether it was Andre Roberson with his no offense having self, I mean, he's so bad offensively, it's offensive for crying out loud. He couldn't do anything. Russell Westbrook should have had about 10 more assists than he had if guys could hit shots. But Andre Roberson getting in Kevin Durant's face. Enes Kanter coming off the bench and sitting there and waving something at Kevin Durant to talk smack to him. In the throes of Russell Westbrook talking smack, Kevin Durant was like, all right, here I come. And when you see that kind of attitude, that is the element, that is the ingredient that ultimately will propel him to a championship. Without that, he's going to be riding somebody else's coattails. But that's not who I saw, and that's not who I expect to see. I expect to see a dude that's going to remind everybody he's the second best player in the world.
One of the reasons that I thought he looked unflappable is because it didn't look to me like he was necessarily looking for conflict. But when it came his way, when there was something there, he definitely did not shy away from it. Andre, what's up? What do you got? You know, you're coming at me, I'll come at you. Russell, even though you know all eyes are on those two, jawing right at Russell, Russell jawing back. It's not that he was avoiding the conflict, like looking for the conflict, but he wasn't avoiding it. He was holding it down. He just seemed, it was a very emotionally satisfying game for the fans because you could see the emotions ran high, particularly on the OKC side. But Kevin Durant looked like, and even said after the game, I quote Rakim on the show from time to time, Stephen A., come say hi to the bad guy. Don't say goodbye, I don't plan to die. I mean, he said, look, I'm one of those guys who comes into the arena now and gets booed, and that's fun. It looked like it was fine for him, like he was good with his situation, like he felt confident that he made the right choice, and you know what? That's the way the game played out. He didn't, even if you got the impression, hey, I'll take you on my shoulders in crunch time, was there really crunch time? Did it really seem as though the only way to win is if Kevin Durant takes over? Or was he, because it seemed to me, able to be a cog in a mighty machine, playing the game the right way with just too much firepower for everyone else? He seemed happy to me.